Welcome back to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel. My name is Derek Brown, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about my 10 must-have wide receivers in fantasy football in 2023. Before I get to my 10 must-have wide receivers, if you want a chance to win a signed Jaxon Smith-Njigba Seattle Seahawks jersey, courtesy of bettingpros.com, your place to start betting smarter, not harder. All you got to do is subscribe to the Fantasy Pros YouTube channel right now, comment below on this video. That's it. We'll be announcing the winner right here on the channel, so turn on notifications so you can be alerted when new episodes are up and to claim your prize. All right, first guy on the docket, number 10, Quentin Johnston. Yes, I've been talking about him a ton, but I'm not going to stop now, people. Talented first-round wide receiver, arriving in one of the league's best offenses last year. 9th in yards per route run, 8th in yak. In a Keenan Moore offense that during his tenure as OC in Dallas, they were 1st in neutral pace, 5th in passing plays per game. The volume is going to be there. The talent is there. Quentin Johnston is set to explode in his rookie season. Okay, staying on the rookie train, number 9, the man for the signed jersey, Jaxon Smith-Njigba. 2021, last time we saw this guy fully healthy and on the field. 3rd in receiving yards in FBS, 11th in yak per reception, 12th in missed tackles forced. He is a triple threat, can get loose in the short, intermediate, and with deep targets. He was 9th in deep receiving yards per route run in 2021. He's set to be a fantastic value in drafts and a guy you must be drafting this year. All right, number 8 on the list. I talked about him all last year, and I get he burned people, but please do not buy into recency bias. Draft Skyy Moore this season again. Last year, amongst 96 wide receivers with at least 70 slot routes, 28th in target per route run rate, 25th in yards per route run. Why is this important? Skyy Moore is set to play the slot in Kansas City this year with Juju Smith-Schuster gone, and camp reports right now have him starting in 2 wide receiver sets. So he is never leaving the field, and that's a good thing. Amongst overall 119 wide receivers last year with at least 150 routes, Skyy Moore was 7th in yak per reception, 10th in missed tackles forced per reception. On a per route basis, he was fantastic, and I get that he was not a full-time player last year. That changes in 2023, and his stock is going to shoot through the roof. Skyy Moore's a guy you have to be drafting this year in fantasy. All right, we have another wide receiver heading on the next part of this list. Number 7, Deontay Johnson, talking about a guy that did not pan out for us in fantasy last year. I'm going right back to the well, because what do I want in my wide receivers? I want them to get open, because that is going to lead to drawing a ton of targets, and we know Deontay Johnson can do that. Over the last 2 seasons, he is 2nd in open score behind only A.J. Brown. Now, we know, again, the production has been there, the volume has been there, and it will be again in 2023. And we are going to see Deontay Johnson do something this year that he did not do all last year, and that is score touchdowns. He was 10th in red zone targets, and he will come down with him this year. Wide receiver 20 in expected fantasy points per game. And we don't have to go far in the rear view to see where that panned out. Outside of last season, the 2 previous years, wide receiver 8, wide receiver 22. He is being priced as a wide receiver 3 in drafts currently. Take advantage of the value and draft Deontay Johnson. All right, we know that second-year wide receiver, sophomore guys are strong bets to make in fantasy. That leads me to number 6, Chris Olave. 9th in open score amongst all wide receivers over the last 2 seasons. 15th in target share, 10th in target per route run rate. If Derek Carr can be better than the gaggle of misfit toys that was starting under center for New Orleans last year, which led Chris Olave to see the 53rd highest catchable target rate, Chris Olave is going to be a fantastic draft pick in 2023. You'll be glad you drafted him. Keep on doing it. Let's talk about fantasy sports knockout. You think you know fantasy football? Think again. This is Knockout, a Survivor League that's a season-long tournament where every week matters. It's the only league where skills are tested and strategy pays off. The lowest scoring team or group of teams is eliminated each week. You set your lineup, but you have to use strategy wisely here. You can only use each player once per season. So if you think you know fantasy, prove it. Go to fantasysportsknockout.com and sign up today. Number 5, Jerry Jeudy. Again, we're talking about offenses that did not pan out last year. And again, he makes my top 10 must-have wide receivers because I want talented guys. And 5th in open score, immediately behind Justin Jefferson. So we need to put respect on Jerry Jeudy's name. And we already saw the ascension happen last year. Weeks 13 through 18, 5th in yards per route run, 11th in PFF receiving grade. Jerry Jeudy can be a wide receiver 1 in fantasy this year. All right, heading right back to the second year wide receiver train, we have to talk about Christian Watson. And if you're sick of me talking about Christian Watson, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to apologize for sitting and investing in talented players. Last year, Christian Watson was immediately behind ballyhooed fellow second-year wide receiver Garrett Wilson in open score. You need to take advantage of the value because Watson, because of Jordan Love being under center, is not being talked about in the same ilk as Garrett Wilson, and he really should be. Weeks 10 through 18 last year was the wide receiver 8 in fantasy points per game. He was 2nd in yards per route run, 10th in yak per reception. Christian Watson has a versatile skill set. He can not only take crossers to the house, but also win deep down the field. That's going to lead to ceiling weeks. And I'm not even telling you that Jordan Love has to be fantastic for Christian Watson to be a stud in his second year. All I'm asking for is league average play, people. League average play. That's all we need for Christian Watson to be a wonderful wide receiver value and draft pick in 2023. Number 3, getting off the young guys and going with the old man here. Keenan Allen. Last year, Keenan Allen had one of his most productive seasons that we've seen in recent memory. Had his highest yards per route run since 2018. He was 12th in PFF receiving grade, 13th in yards per route run. He looked revitalized, and that's not going to stop this year. Again, yes, I know I have brought up 2 wide receivers for the Chargers offense in this video, but for a team that could lead the NFL in passing attempts with Kellen Moore at the helm, I want all the parts or pieces of the Los Angeles Chargers offense this year. Okay, number 2, I got to bring him up. As long as we have a healthy Tua Tagovailoa active this year, Tyreek Hill could possibly go for 2,000 receiving yards. And if that sounds insane to you, then we need to rewind and talk about what he did last year. With Tua under center, Tyreek Hill averaged 108.3 receiving yards per game. That would have been first in the NFL. Yes, ahead of Justin Jefferson. He was on a 17-game pace for 1,841 receiving yards. Tyreek Hill has shown no fall off. He was first in receiving grade and yards per route run last year. Tyreek Hill could go for 2,000 receiving yards and be the wide receiver 1 overall in 2023. All right, number 1 on the list, the guy that I am going to be drafting as much as humanly possible in every single draft, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown is on the Cooper Kupp career arc. We saw Amon-Ra St. Brown take another step forward last year, especially against man coverage. First in PFF receiving grade, 9th in yards per route run against this coverage type. And we're going to see him take another step because guess what? He's scoring double-digit touchdowns this year. Last year in weeks 10 through 18, he led all wide receivers, not 5th, not 7th, not 10th. First, top of the hill in red zone targets. So for a wide receiver that has been kind of pigeonholed in the Keenan Allen bucket of good but not great, 6 receiving touchdown last year, which was 20th amongst wide receivers. This man is going to spike the ball 10 plus times this year in a Detroit Lions passing attack that over the final 8 games of last season, 11th in neutral pace, 12th in neutral passing rate. They are going to throw the ball, and Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be the spear, the tip of the spear for Jared Goff in 2023. All right, everyone, before I get up out of here, remember, if you want a chance to win a signed Jaxon Smith-Njigba Seattle Seahawks jersey, courtesy of bettingpros.com, you need to subscribe to Fantasy Pros YouTube channel right now, comment on the video, and we will be announcing a winner right here on the channel. Turn on notifications so you can claim your prize. Another shout out to Fantasy Sports Knockout. Remember, it's the only league where skills are tested and strategy pays off. So go to fantasysportsknockout.com and sign up today. Happy draft season, everyone. It's time to dominate.